The greatest podcast in the world. The greatest podcast in the world. Look at the boy bands.
Friday nuts.
Rules that were available. Rules that were available.
Friday nuts.
Rules.
Look at the boy bands.
Rules that were available.
Portly Gentlemen's Podcast. Well, take us in. Second half.
Bring us somewhere.
Take us with you.
Round two,
Yeah. Yes,
ready
please.
to go, ready to rock and roll. We're back for round two and we're ready to roll. We're pulling it gentlemen, we're talking about some stuff again. Back to the underground, back to where they found something deep below the earth. What would they find down there? Why do we even care? It's kind of freaky, yeah. With a portly gentleman talking about stuff.
All right.
Yes.
Round two. Fight.
Oh, I love it.
All right,
That's a
boys.
great
So I got
introduction.
I got a good
Sweet.
one for you. It's Kuyu, the underground city in Turkey.
That's a pretty
So this one, this one goes back pretty far. What they
Yeah,
originally
everyone
thought,
wants to do it.
you got to give it a go.
Sorry,
Anyone else?
sorry, bro. Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'm
yeah.
actually enjoying
Very
the
sorry.
turkey calls.
Wait, go. Give
Seth?
it a go, Calan. You know
I
you want
can't.
to.
I can't.
Carry on.
I already know that it's going to
Wayward
just
son.
Go!
gobble.
It's got to go higher at the end. I feel like.
Yeah, that's the trick.
More aggressive with it. Go! Go! Sorry, Calan.
All right, so Darren Kuyu is the. Oh, I keep losing myself.
Please.
Where is it?
Please,
Where is
carry on,
Darren Key?
please.
I think you know where it is.
Just say it, bro.
Well, the interesting thing about this one, right, is it's the whole underground city. But this isn't the only one. There's like 200 of them scattered all through Turkey and to Iran and stuff.
Yeah.
Is this
Yeah.
where King Solomon built his temple and built his foundation, which is like 100 meters long, and then this massive slab, which is about 3 meters high? Is that what you're talking about?
I don't know about
No?
that one. I do. I have heard that before, like something similar, and I keep thinking Petra, but it's not Petra. Petra's sort of the same though.
Yeah,
It was
Petra's
The
another big
foundation
one.
for his
Mm.
like, I don't know if it was just his castle or the city that the cunt built. It's
I think-
huge.
Yeah, I'm probably totally wrong on this, but I thought it was actually
That's
like I know Petra was like it was because
Darren
the
Key, yeah.
water was
Yeah,
cold.
cool. Look at those seats. Look at that picture with the seats. That's fucking hectic. It's cold.
Dude,
I think that
oh no, that's Petra, but this Darren
It's
Yuku,
like
right?
seats and toilets, bro.
The
You
thing
reckon
is,
they're
there's
toilets?
they do
look
look like
Yeah.
toilets.
You're like urinals?
Nah, they're definitely
Yeah.
not
Bunch of
toilets.
drunk dudes all standing around it. Like, this place is sick, man. We should come here more often.
so this is in that
X-ray.
this is
like the
because
Paris
it's
catacombs.
volcanic stone.
Yeah.
So there's that it's real soft stone, so they're able to carve into it, and it's fucking huge, man. There's like 18 levels. Fucking,
Yeah.
it's
But apparently you
massive.
can only go down to level 8 as a tourist.
Oh, what?
How
Really?
many
Yeah.
levels are there after that?
What's
So
the
there's another
secrets
10
of the other
levels
10
under that.
levels?
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
Yeah. Do I
Do
have to
they
be?
have a
boss, you have
floor
to be,
13?
yeah.
Is there a boss at level 8, or like that I could beat?
Yeah. you come across your first mini boss. It's like, whoa, whoa,
Oh,
whoa.
wait, can you stay
You're not
there?
high enough level for this.
Yeah.
Can you stay
I'm gonna
there?
go back and fucking level
Oh,
up.
Did they
you
turn
on
it into a
tours.
fucking hotel?
No.
No, I think that's just a
Do
tourist.
tours through there.
Full day
Dude,
tour with
okay.
lunch.
You know how
Hell
they
yeah.
found this place? Is some dude was I
He's doing
think
a
it was
house
this one.
extension.
Were they
House
drowned?
extension, man, and just found a passageway to it. Each
Yeah,
level,
bro.
Actually, it was a house extension.
each level
Yeah.
has like a massive rolling stone that they can actually just seal the levels off.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, huge wheel like boulder. They roll over the entrance and they just wedge it and it's sealed off.
That
they've got
first
that
pick.
sweet-
And there's air vents and
Air
it could
vents,
house
man.
like 20,000 people or something.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
With like,
With like livestock and farming.
wine
man.
making and all
Yeah.
that stuff. Like,
Yeah, they had a. It was connected to an like an underground water system, so they had constant free fresh water.
So was this
Wow.
like a
And
like
showers, toilet.
last resort in say wartime? As
well,
people
yeah,
came in
that's
to
what it
take
was,
over,
man. That's what they thought it
they
was.
would
And
they
like the
would come
Christians
in,
and stuff were
roll
using it.
these stones over and live underground until
Dude, take all their
But-
possessions, you know,
those
and
dirty ass
like-
Christians fucked off.
But hold
Dude,
on. But
like,
if it was, but if it
most
was,
armies would just take a
we never
village
will.
and take what they need and move on. You know, there's no point chasing after them, so they'd live in there. And because that area has always been at war, you know, there's always
Yeah.
been some sort of
I
war.
don't,
You know?
I don't buy that
really
theory. I
bad
don't buy that
But
theory.
dude, the thing is, they can't fucking like carbon date how far back this system goes, and they reckon like they can only go off items they find in it.
Yeah,
So
that's,
this
essentially,
thing,
that's,
and-
this
and
thing
it's-
has
they
been
dated-
built upon
Upon, yeah, man.
thousands
And
years has passed, and then they've built
they're starting to
on.
think that
built
they're tying
on,
up with
built
like
on.
Gobekli Tepe and everything. Like that's how
Yeah.
far back some of these systems can run.
Wow.
And there's over 200 man,
Cool.
and they're huge. They hold 20,000 like comfortably for months. Like that's massive system.
Yeah,
That
that
would be a-
is.
that would be amazing to go and fucking have a look at,
Just explore, man. It would be just crazy. You could probably do it for days. They're just that big. It's like
Yeah.
man.
walking
Dude,
around a
imagine getting
city.
lost. Imagine getting lost down
Oh.
there. That would be so
Oh.
annoying. Like if you
But-
thought you knew where you were going, and then your friend's like, "Hold on, dude. I'm pretty sure we've been here before." You'd be like, "Oh fuck."
But also, imagine 20,000 people taking a shit every single day.
Yeah,
And the
dude.
smell.
Dude,
being
they
trapped
had
inside.
like systems where
Like,
it would.
where is that shit stink? Like, where's that
They
gonna
pump
go?
them down the under
Goes to the
water
livestock,
reservoirs,
bro.
man, like citrine style, Roman, like yeah. You
So
see
they
in the
had
little.
they had toilet technology.
They probably that or reused it, you know,
So,
Yeah,
as
gave it to the
manure
livestock.
and
yeah, but you can't
they-
grow anything. So what are you using manure for?
mushrooms.
Can't you grow stuff down there? Was that live?
How are you going to grow
Yes!
stuff down there?
Yes,
Mushroom.
with the mushrooms. Hell yeah!
There were livestock down there. Yeah, there was livestock.
Yeah, they
down
had
there.
livestock and
Yeah,
everything. They
livestock.
reckon there was
But
like
you can't
stable.
feed livestock turds.
No.
Maybe
obviously-
you could.
Try.
Maybe
Maybe
you
Maybe
can.
you could.
The thing that got
Have
me
you
though
tried?
is if you could live down there that long, isn't there a thing where like how long you could live without sunlight? Like, doesn't
Yeah.
it? Wouldn't that drive you
Vampires.
crazy?
Vampires. This is the start of vampires.
Oh, dude, every
That's on
week,
what the,
literally
the next
every
level
week, this is where we end up, is vampires. What was the last one we ended up talking about? Vampires?
The time
Yeah.
travel.
The time travel
Time
one? Time
travelers.
travelers are actually just
Oh my
vampires?
god, time
Fucking
travel
vampires.
vampires are the worst.
You know, it's like.
Have you ever-
funny
you
that-
seen the movies? The movies suck as well, man.
Yeah, so
They're the worst.
Yes.
so what's the go then? What's the go? Like, so what's the scientific like establishment says that these were wartime fucking hideouts? Is that what you were trying
Well,
to say? Because I don't buy that at all.
Essentially, like it was like Christians running away. Had like from Romans that had initially created this elaborate system. But
Was
Oh,
there
dude.
any proof?
there's so
It
many
predates
other
that.
ones.
Fruit?
It
I don't
predates that a fair bit, man. Like,
Yeah, that's what I mean. But it's only been recently that they've been
Yeah.
going like, oh no, that doesn't hold up. Like,
Go on, Biggie.
There's-
What were you saying?
also, like some of the earliest evidence of it, man. I was listening to something about it today. Like the top higher levels, like don't show any sign of like any kind of Christian marking or whatever. It's only after you go down a few levels that it would have like taken further to dig down before you start seeing like a Christian like influence in the like things that have been carved in stone and stuff like
Really?
that.
So you have to dig down to find the Christian
Yeah,
level.
well, like,
I
'cause
would-
Yeah, dude,
they're,
that's-
like,
yeah.
I would have thought it was the opposite. The Christian levels would have been up top.
no. So,
No.
dude, like
Further
that.
That
you
would've been
dig
the first
down,
ones.
you might get into like, Sumerians, like ancient Sumerians type of shit.
No, but you're thinking they're digging down, Marty. Like they just
Yeah, so
expanded.
that's the
They
old
built upon the groundwork. That's
Oh,
what they're
of course,
finding.
All the time is
So
all the
So
time.
you can sort of
opposite
yeah.
of- yeah.
Yeah.
And that's where
Yeah.
they're saying, like, well, hang on a sec.
When
like,
you get to level 10, there's a computer down there. You know.
yeah.
There's
a real
fucking Super
old one
Mario,
too,
like-
man.
Yeah.
that Greek, the
Yeah.
wheel that they found in the ocean. That's how
Yeah.
old that computer goes.
No, you go
That's
down
actually
there
where
and it's just
old
I know, it'll be
Timmer's
it'll be the
computer
newest.
It's just
Yeah.
like, do you want the red pill or the blue?
Yeah.
Oh
He's
my
like,
God.
man.
Wait,
Oh,
back to
yeah.
the red pill, bro. Look, I've been trying to talk about the red pill for fucking episodes now. Nobody will let me.
But it won't-
I want both pills at once, motherfucker. What's gonna happen now?
Give me all the pills.
It sounds like a challenge.
Do I half
so-
wake up and I'm half still asleep? Like, that's gonna be really weird.
Yeah, it's like living life as a yawn. No, legit, I've been there. And that's what it feels like, man. It feels like the peak of a yawn all the time. Where you're like, you just can't quite get over it.
Borderline
Weird,
satisfaction, borderline pain.
Yeah, that's what it is, man.
Oh, well done.
That's an excellent reference.
So with that whole, you think it was built like with the Christians and everything like that. So from what it's saying on the wiki anyway, they're saying that it was the Phrygians in the 8th to 7th centuries BCE is what they reckon around.
And the Hittites, is that what it
yeah.
is?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Hittites.
the Hittites, man. So that's where they're actually thinking it was more like they're
Hold on, so
around
8th to
then.
7th. Hold on. I need clarification. Is 8th to 7th century 700 to 800 years before?
BC.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
700 to 800, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Not 7,000.
No.
That's millennium.
So, was there any evidence that any of those people were beetroot farmers?
No. There's mushroom farming in caves.
No
are you,
mushrooms?
are you saying that there's some
Just
kind
mushroom.
of global
Just
conspiracy
mushroom?
with
No
Just
beetroot.
mushroom.
No
at all.
beetroots at all.
No. No
Just-
beetroot.
They're
Just-
all
even-
not.
Sheep
Not a
and
single
mushrooms.
potato?
I understand mushrooms. Like, yeah, fuck mushrooms, but fucking
Just
mushrooms.
lamb
Did
chops
beetroots get
and
grown in
mushrooms.
pure darkness? I thought beetroots need some light.
But
don't they?
nothing gets grown in pure darkness. Even mushrooms don't get grown in pure darkness.
No, you need sunlight.
What about
need
what about
flame.
phosphorescence? Does that provide enough light for mushrooms to grow?
Or if you have some mushrooms that are the phosphorescent mushrooms,
Yeah.
can you grow other mushrooms that need light?
Yeah, it's like its own ecosystem.
No.
You know?
And then
Yes, I
And
love
then
it.
you feed those mushrooms to the ones that make the light. That would be sick.
They eat
And then
it.
you
Those
feed
are-
that to beetroots, and then you can grow.
Why beetroots? I don't get the beetroots.
You got to mix
I
up your
know.
diet.
Why mushrooms?
Because they grow in the dark.
They grow in shit. They grow in shit.
But a
It all comes
beetroot.
down to being able to
And there's
sustain your own
20,000
society
people
down there.
living in caves. Shit,
Also,
Martin.
Shitting every
Purple.
day.
Oh,
Yeah,
dude,
like-
beetroot shits? Beetroot shits are the fucking worst, bro. Like,
Purple.
yeah, like it's blood, man. Like, you have any like, it looks like blood.
But that's the best substance
Well,
in mushrooms.
Eat a beetroot, cunt, and tell me that you're not shitting blood the next day. Like, call the doctor.
Well,
the doctor's
I
like,
don't, but if you're shitting blood after beetroot eating,
Call the
need
doctor.
it.
You said call the
And
doctor.
call the doctor, and he's like, "Have you eaten beetroots?" I was like, yes. It's like, yeah, it's not blood.
And he
That's-
may
you've eaten
possibly be like,
beetroots.
well, you know, more mushrooms.
Have you eaten beetroots and mushrooms? Yes.
Yeah.
It probably looks like a
You're
lot
tripping
worse
so
than it
much.
is.
Hey.
Have you been eating cave beetroots again? I haven't. Liar.
What did we
All right,
say?
sweet.
about
So,
the
do we
cave
have
beetroots?
anything? Do we have anything?
So
more
where
on
this one goes, yeah. So where this one can also go is Agatha and stuff. So the whole idea of this is actually these cave systems go back, and the whole concept of the rolling wheel to block off each level as you go down. Would it have been the youngest Dryas where it's wiped out the pre-civilization?
Okay, so why would they need an underground cave system?
Well,
To get out of the sun.
you could look
man,
at
it's so hot.
like so many levels
It's
of
fucking
this.
hot out there.
Yeah, it's
Give
pretty
us a
So
hot.
many
reason.
levels of this
Finish
is
what you're
the,
saying. Why would they need a cave to escape?
There's
What
no
are they?
trees.
What are they escaping?
like that whole. So the younger Dryas period is where they had that whole the meteor hit Earth and create like the
Yep.
floods. It whole polar shift and changed and whatnot. So they were escaping from that, like essentially.
Yeah, yeah. So I've had the same theory.
But that it's only because it sort of coincides with like the whole Gobekli Tepe.
So they
and
were
like why?
escaping the pollution in the in.
Well,
like,
there's another idea is like
what they were breathing in was polluted, dirty oxygen. Like
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
filled with some kind of dust.
And
you
so,
can you can sort of link this to the whole India what's the religion the book in that where they talk about their gods having essentially nuclear war against each other.
Hinduism.
Hindu.
yeah, the Sittas.
Yeah,
It's like the. So I read the Mahabharata. It doesn't talk
yeah,
about that. But
Mahabharata. That
yeah, there's a bunch of different Hindu books though, but
Mm.
but yeah, there's definitely talk about that kind of stuff, and I've heard the same kind of theories. People talk about the pyramids as well, talking about all around the same time they started to build these megalithic structures. Well, what could have the like alternative like what when so just after the Younger Dryas, if that was the case, that was the triggering mechanism for all of these like megalithic architecture. And potentially now looking at cave systems as well, was basically that these people needed to be inside. So what were they doing? So what was going to affect them? Yeah, it could have been air. Maybe that was it. That's a decent theory. But also, like if it's just air, I suppose you wouldn't actually need to go like that deep in. If it was air, you wouldn't need to build like giant pyramids. Why would you need whatever fucking 30-foot thick concrete walls, because we all know the pyramids are made of concrete. Why would you need 30-foot thick concrete walls unless it was for radiation?
yeah, solar.
Was the Younger Dryas caused by a meteor impact, or was it potentially a nuclear war between warring parties of an ancient civilization that caused this? And again, that goes back to that same Hindu text that you were talking about.
Was it a solar flare? Was it the sun that produced a solar flare that hit the Earth?
But like, how would they ever
Predict
catch that? You know, like
yeah, well,
at least with
no,
a meteor, like because you can look at the
Even
whole
the
Aztec
nuclear
culture and how advanced they were in astronomy and everything. Like
they were pretty damn good at it. Yeah.
But they have a whole there's heaps of their whole like temples and everything. There's so much of their shrines and stuff they build is all underground. Like you got the Jaguar of the gods in as it's the only one that like recently they found too, man. It's real crazy.
So I think the theory is that like basically, so that happened. Like there was like some kind of, whether it was meteor impact, whether it was some kind of solar flare, whether it was a nuclear war. But then the people realized after that, because the only people that survived were the people that were able to like hide in caves to get away from that, right? And they were still able to somehow survive. So after that, they came out and were like, hold on a second, we need to build giant fucking structures where we can house a bunch of people when this next one comes.
Well, you could also say it'd be against even a raiding army, because if the giant rolling doors, I'm pretty sure that the way they were configured, that you could only open and close them from the inside out. There was no place for a tool on the outside of it. So you could only open it up from if you were on the inside.
Yeah, on the inside, yeah.
So
and this all of these sort of run in line with the whole Atlantis theory. That's the thing, like there was that advanced culture in that area, have an influence, and then something's happened, wiped it out, and then you just get this whole outflow of like patterns emerging all across like the world, and China, Japan, all the way to America and that. And like it's just like a outflow of the culture that has spread, you know? The whole idea of the three wise men, or even in Aztec religion, where they talk about the gods being white and coming to their land and showing stuff. And then they welcome the conquistadors when they first came.
Are we going full white?
Yeah, dude, white,
Mickey. We got
white,
Mickey.
and they had beards, man. They were
the gods of white.
Depicted as white men with long beards, and that's why they welcomed the conquistadors.
Blonde as well. Blonde as well. Yeah. That's right. Quetzalcoatl. Is that how you say it?
We're not going Aryan.
Quetzalcoatl
is Aryan, bro.
Quetzalcoatl, so like they believed in this like god that it came from over the seas and handed down the technology.
One of their founding gods, man.
Like the biggest god, right? And then it really fucked them up though, because then when the Spanish came, because it was like he rode a fucking dog that shot fire. Yeah. And then it was like in like a golden armor, or like a shiny armor. It was like, that's a fucking straight up spaceman, right? Yeah. But then the fucking Spanish arrived. They're like, holy fuck. Like, these guys are all like blonde hair, blue eyes, white guys, rocking up on horseback. Like all these horses coated in armor. They got dogs of war. Like, yeah. And then all of a sudden they're like, basically just gave up everything they had. They're like, oh my God.
Everybody likes something shiny, right?
Yeah,
and that's like, whoa, they got it in shiny. Oh, God. Oh, they're gods. Oh, they're so shiny.
It's Little John rocking up with his big spinner time clock things. yeah.
He's a time traveler, straight up. Just showing it in people's face. Yeah. So that one's pretty cool, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's the start of like a way bigger topic that we should definitely talk about. I know Chris wanted to do that, and like hopefully one day he grows some balls and actually like comes and does something.
And the whole I guess the one's really cool because that actually holds a lot of weight, and that's all like pre-civilization.
Well, where that all ties into is the Native Americans as well, the Hoti and like the Navajo, and like all of them have their origin sort of fucking myth, story and everything. It gets them coming out of the ground.
Yeah, the ant people, man. Ant people,
emergence myth, where they're all emerging from the ground. So like these massive, long, sort of like they were brought up and everything, and there was like apparently there was some of their like a spell sort of thing that they used to do or whatever, like that sort of thing. It was their traditions was they'd go down to these bits in these caves and they'd do a chant down these caves or something, and then the person would just disappear.
Yeah.
come back so much.
They killed that guy. They
That's
fucking killed that
Stargate.
guy for sure. They're like, hey, Jerry, you haven't been doing a lot of work
Apparently.
around here. You know what might be good? Pray to the gods.
Let's go do a
Pray
chant.
to the
Let's go,
gods for salvation. Let's go down to this deep dark cave
Yeah.
and chant to the ant gods and see if they will give you the courage to actually pull your weight around here. Like, if I was Jerry in that situation, I'd be like, no, fuck no, I'm not going down there with you guys.
I was on the
And God, you say.
Yeah, but maybe
what
they'll
happens
give
to
you the secret to being
Yeah.
the best
Yeah,
beetroot farmer out there.
that's right.
Maybe that's why they risk everything for it. To be a beet farmer.
They just get down there and
They
like,
teach them when they're young.
push the guy over the cliff.
Hey, if two beet farmers
That's
two
the
beet
secret
farmers
to being
getting
the
in-
best
get
beet
into a
farmer.
fight.
You kill the old beet farmers.
Yeah, that's why your shits look like blood. Is because it's the blood of all of the beet, like of all of the lazy like beet farmers before you that got pushed off the cliff.
the beef
That's what they
Two
use as
beet
fertilizer.
If two beet farmers get in a fight, would that be called beatboxing?
Yes,
No.
absolutely.
No,
Yes.
it would be called
Yes.
a beat off.
Yes, No.
Beat off.
that's the origin. That's the origin of beatboxing right there.
I got one for you. If a drummer goes back in the past and plays the drums, does that make it a repercussion?
Oh,
Oh,
All right, let's end it out with that. There's no better
I
way to
can
end it with
punch
that.
you in the dick right now, Seth.
that was gold, Seth.
Okay, so do we want to do a bit of a wrap up then?
Well, I did have a couple more. Did anyone else have anything else? Because I had the Metro 2 as well.
Oh yeah, and I want to hear a little bit about Denver Airport because you seem to know something about that. So
Oh,
and
Denver Airport.
I did spruik it. I did spruik it in the intro. So
Do it.
So,
Yeah,
Denver Airport. Oh, this one's hard because like I only touched a little bit into it.
that's
It
right.
just-
You only have to.
it was hilarious,
That's what
We
but
she
it
can do it
was
another
so
time.
outrageous. But essentially,
Wait, it's
Denver
real, right?
Airport is the
lizard people.
Illuminati
Nice.
headquarters.
Yeah.
It's an
Mick, do you know
homage, right?
more about this?
No. Just what I've learned by ancient aliens, you know. The classic.
And that is gospel and truth.
It is.
Should
Oh, definitely.
Or
should
ever will be
listen
gospel.
to that and abide by it always.
Yeah, 100%.
As
I mean,
well
you
as
just hear his
can.
name and you
His
get that
hair is
instant
amazing.
respect for it. That is factual.
But yeah, what are some things about it, Calan? Because I can't remember it properly. I just remember the whole homage to the Illuminati kind of.
Yeah, they've got
conspiracy.
like the markings
Come
all
on.
around the airport.
Oh,
They've got a private art gallery and stuff, and people link the artwork to the whole conspiracy of lizard people,
Yes.
aliens, and there is an underground network underneath the
Yeah.
Denver airport.
Mm.
Like that is true, but like I'm pretty sure like the purpose of it is airport like shuttle train, and it's just been over elaborated. But yeah, I really
been-
wish that I could
You know what?
read
It's
more
been
into it.
taken over by people who call themselves furries, but they're not furries. They dress up as lizard people.
Well,
and
no,
they
this,
go-
They're fake lizard people.
Yeah, there's
And
a.
they
There,
don't fuck
hey,
each
hey,
other.
hey, hey.
They're
this
like,
one
guys,
is the beetroot farmers.
Let's not disrespect scalies, okay?
Yeah.
There's a term for
put
it.
beetroot farmers into this.
There's a term
Farmers have
for
done
it. It's
nothing wrong.
scalies, not furries. There's a difference, okay? I just don't want to offend any of our scaly listeners. All right, I don't want to. I don't want to put anybody off. We
Sorry
know
to
that
all
there's a
the,
difference between furries and scalies, okay? Just for everybody else out there.
And we support that. Come
And
on,
we support you
let's
in
be
your
honest.
decision to live your reptilian best self.
Hey, if you want to scale, then go for it.
Scale it up.
Scale away.
Scale
Get
away.
your scale on, yeah. So the few things that I can quickly read, just because like we should definitely almost like this is almost worth an episode on its own. The Denver airport.
Oh, dude, it's hilarious. The whole things about it.
Yeah, it was built by the New World Order.
That's it.
The
New
giant,
World Order.
There's a giant blue horse sculpture. Is a nod to the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse.
Who is the New World Order? Like,
It
who's
contains
that?
the
Dude,
Illuminati
and
headquarters.
Here's
In
the
addition
thing with
to
the
being built
horse.
by some Nazi New World Order, rumors around the many unmarked buildings and underground areas, the airport property. Dun, dun,
Before you go too far, go back to the blue horse.
Yeah,
The
Blue
blue horse was created by an artist, and its leg fell off, clipped his or a part fell off, clipped his fucking artery in his leg,
Really?
son, and killed him. Yeah,
Oh,
and
if
that's
that's
all
not
they
a bad
link.
omen.
They linked the
Say
4
that,
horsemen
man.
and stuff. Yeah. So yeah,
so
sorry. Continue.
apparently it has glowing red eyes. That horse.
Yeah.
It's like
Well,
kind of
just the
sketchy.
guy's life.
Kind of sketchy. It's supposed to be like a statue to like in memorial essentially of like the wild spirit of the American West, but it's a fucking
It's supposed to be
red-eyed.
a
It's a
Mustang.
red-eyed horse in the fucking desert, cunt. Like
Have
it
you
seems
seen
more
the name
sketchy than
too? The name is like Lucifer.
Blue
Oh
my god! It is Lucifer. Oh, fuck.
Surely those guys are just messing with people. Like the artist is just fucking with people.
Yeah, well, I think and that's the thing. Like, there's as part of like this article, they were talking about the like the CEO or whatever of the airport. Basically,
Yeah,
being
they
like,
were running with it.
Yeah, they're like going with all of this stuff. They are fucking fully in on like all the conspiracy.
Enjoy
stuff.
the attention sort of deal.
Yeah, that's right. So,
But they're hilarious.
so the
Hilarious.
underground tunnels apparently they have bunkers. So. Yes, there are underground tunnels in the airport, including a train that runs between the different runways and areas. The true nature of the tunnel is believed to be more nefarious. Some have theorized that the tunnels also contain
So
underground.
essentially, they use it for
buses.
baggaging. That's what
That's right.
they claim.
Yeah.
It's just for baggaging.
So look, they definitely do contain underground bunkers, but the question is, are they possibly built for lizard people or aliens? That's
Which
the real
one of those two? That's
that's the
Which
mystery.
one?
That's the
Yeah.
only mystery. That's the only mystery about it.
They're definitely
Like they
You
know
won't find
it's,
any
they know
forms
they're
anywhere
there.
near
It's
a
either
Oculus.
lizard men or aliens.
Yeah, yeah.
Is it?
One of those two.
So the other big thing
Only
is
one.
apparently the artwork, and the artwork they have a lot of pieces of weird art. And apparently a lot of them have like semi-Nazi imagery. which
Yeah,
is a
like
weird thing.
was it fascism? They say
don't
there's a
know.
lot of things depicting fascism, but the artist was actually just trying to show like
How bad fascism
Kate?
is. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so I'm looking at the photo now, and it's like a guy with a rainbow behind his head with like a gun. Like it looks a bit sketchy, and he's like ruling over the world or something.
yeah.
So yeah, like there's definitely some sketchy artwork.
So they
there.
link the all of this to an apocalypse. They're saying like
Yes.
they know about the doomsday. That's what the Denver airport's all about.
Sweet.
It is
Okay,
the-
cool. Well, I think that's Denver Airport done. What do you have anything else, Calan?
So the other one was the M2, and that's like
Okay.
the Russians' version of it. But that's a legit thing. Like that, they know that exists. There's too many like high officials, but classic fucking Russia, like putting a pin on it. They'll never admit it, sort of deal. But essentially, Joseph Stalin. So Metro One is a huge network that runs underground
Yeah, look at
subways.
that's in the middle of the Denver airport.
That's the
Holy
Denver
shit,
airport.
man. Can you imagine
Wow.
taking your children past that?
Yeah.
Clearly,
kind of G.I. Joe montage.
Take your children
Yeah,
past
God.
that and have to explain to them like what the fuck that is. You're like, yeah, that's the Nazis ruling over the world, killing all of the women and children and happy whales.
And here's where
feasting
Thor,
above the
Asgard got
Indians.
attacked.
Are they feasting above?
Yeah,
you?
so is that line the line of Earth, and then those are the Indians under the Earth that are keeping everything going?
with the dead people.
There's Hansel and Gretel on the right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what's with the buffalo head? There's just a random
Yeah.
buffalo head with an
With a
orange
necklace on?
circle. An orange
Uh,
circle around it.
And a bird in a fucking box, in like a 5-dimensional box or some shit?
And a
It's
penguin,
an
my
energy
friend.
cube,
A
dude.
jaguar on the table.
And a penguin? What the fuck? Go back up. And it's,
Yeah, what's with that guy hands
It's-
eating a penguin?
it's got an energy cube. That penguin's in another energy cube.
Yeah, look, and this
Oh,
lady has
Mate,
another bird.
I need
in
a
an
piss
energy
break.
cube. It's so strange, man.
You know what? I think they're relatives of the cave people, and they've eaten way too many mushrooms.
Yeah.
Oh,
maybe.
And this is how they've created this image.
They need to get some
It's
more
not
beetroot
really
into their diet.
This is what the world above looks like.
Yeah. There's fucking animals in energy cubes, and if they're not on energy cubes, they're mounted on orange plaques.
Honey, I want to go outside and see the sky. Shut up and eat your mushrooms.
It
The
looks like a
sky's
giant
on
rabbit.
fire. You know all the birds are in 5-dimensional boxes. Come on. Yeah, that's a weird one, man. With the fucking
So there's a city in the background, right in the background.
right in the background that seems fine.
And it looks like a
The
yellow
forest
big
is on
dragon
fire though.
going to it.
So
And
this
there's
is really just
a
talking.
leopard. It's like some kind of leopard that they're all like, hey,
A
let's
jaguar.
go to
It's a
that
jaguar.
Jaguar. Oh, let's
That's
rub
what's
its
for dinner.
belly.
Yeah, the dead jaguar. No, she's terrified. She's like mourning for it, and her mum's her son is like trying to have a look, and she's like, "No, don't." It's
And
too
the
painful.
buffalo head in the corner's like, eat it! Eat it!
Have a
The mum with
bite.
the
Just
penguin's like,
fucking
look, I got
one
you a
bite.
penguin instead.
Yeah, it's weird that they have that penguin. That's a weird one. Your penguin's strange.
Where was that painting at?
Denver Airport, man.
Denver
Oh.
Airport.
There's heaps of them there.
Yeah.
They were both very odd paintings. To
But
sit.
they
Yeah,
also
I want
have-
to go there just to see that stuff, man.
They
Like,
also
go
have
to
markings
Denver
all
just
around
to go
there.
to the airport, be like, what the fuck? Also, I'm pretty sure in Denver, like mushrooms are legal now, so that would be a day. That'd be a fun day. Just go to the
there's
fucking
other
airport
people.
and
Of course
trip out.
mushrooms are
We
legal.
don't have any flights. We just want to
Yeah. Hey guys, you're gonna need to
Please
see
take a
your
look at the
passport.
walls.
Oh, please come to Denver and eat our mushrooms. Okay.
Yeah.
Eat them, get on the next flight.
Yeah. I'm going home. Fuck this place.
I'm gonna get my scale on.
I'm
Have a
gonna get
look
my
at the painting.
scale on. I'm gonna move to Turkey and get my fucking scale on.
Wait,
Yeah.
would you? Okay, so serious question though. If you came across a super attractive lizard woman,
Yeah, of course you would. Why would you?
What?
not, though?
she's got a tail and everything, right?
Are there scales over her nipples though, or
No, they're just a smaller, slightly softer
does she have
scale.
like 4 nipples? Like
No,
how
just
many
two.
nipples?
Just
okay.
it's like basically a woman's body, but with like a tail
Yeah.
and like and full on scale.
Does she have full control of the tail?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yeah,
No,
you-
I'm down.
You're
yeah.
totally getting done in the butt by the tail.
Sure. It's got me. Yeah.
You're like, hey,
Yeah,
baby,
I'm
I'll
excited
fuck
about
you,
this.
you fuck me, right?
It's like a threesome without having to have third person.
Yeah, we are
It's
being
like
gay.
curiosity.
'Cause I-
Yeah, it's like
Playful
it's a loophole.
Bites your head
Come
off.
on.
it's a loophole. Oh, that's awesome. So yes, is that the answer from like literally everybody? Yes, you would have sex with this lizard woman. Obviously,
Yeah,
if you
there's
didn't
probably-
have
Man,
partners that you were faithful to, like if it wasn't for that, you definitely. If you got caught,
Say your partner turned into a lizard woman.
no. Let's say you're in.
Well, yeah, are you saying the Spider-Man theory where
Drop the hat.
She gets bitten
Radioactive
by a
lizard.
radioactive beetroot.
Oh my god, a beat woman?
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't have sex with a beat woman.
You just have to go down to.
I feel like she's
Wait,
really
what?
super wide.
Yeah,
Super
looks
wide.
everyone
like-
has their own taste, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm down
If-
for a beat woman. Hell yeah.
You should move to Woodridge then, bro. 'cause
I
it's-
I'd love to watch her pick those beets out of the field.
Dang. That gets you going, man. Her red-stained hands as she gets home at the end of a hard day's work.
Yeah.
Wiping the sweat off her brow as a red trickle of beetroot juice laps down her face. Yeah, and you're just like, damn. I
Damn,
love
beet
being a
woman.
Hey, woman.
You pick some good beets.
What's for dinner?
What's for
I
dinner?
love myself.
Oh, fucking hope it's beets.
It's carrots.
What the fuck? What the-
Carrots. Why is her voice so annoying? No, fuck, I really expected you to have a different voice. Carrots.
Make your voice more beady, you know?
All right. Is that you got anything else, Calan?
Well, the M2. Did we talk about that one? That was the
The
other
M2,
good.
no.
The Moscow. Essentially, it's a whole train system. So you got Metro One, which is what all their citizens use, and then you had Metro Two, which was like pretty much Joseph Stalin built, like commissioned this entire network underneath Moscow to it goes to like a KGB headquarters, pretty much all the main things in case like a nuclear fallout happens, they can get the fuck out of the blast radius.
Get all the VIPs out anyway.
Yeah, get pretty much all the essentials out, and they link them.
They did.
You
that
can actually
in
see
America
the
too,
entrances. Yeah, America has a system like that in place
They
as
got
well.
them, man.
They have
Yeah.
systems that they've closed down, which have been closed down since the fucking 40s. And people do what do you call it? Not urban exploration, as these people call it. And they go into these old abandoned tunnels. And these old abandoned tunnels are beautiful. These
Yeah,
stations that they walk into are like
Are you talking specifically about in Russia? Is that what you're saying?
no, in America.
No, that one's in America, man.
Yeah, in America. Yeah.
Sorry, or maybe I totally missed what you were saying.
Kettle was talking about.
No, well, no, I was talking about Russia, man. Mine's Metro. The Metro 2 is like a really old school Russian fallout system, man. But it's huge. Like it could hold 200,000 people or something, and they've got like luxury bunkers and everything down there that could sustain someone for months. And they still have it like in use and that, but they'll never admit to it. But there's so many people that have come forth, like who have worked in those higher levels, have gone like, oh yeah, it's there, sort of deal. But no one really talks about what it is.
Yeah, that's wild.
Metro
Where's this
2033. There's
And
proof
going
of
along
that.
with that is like the I'm gonna look this one up. I won't be able to pronounce the name.
So what's the name of the like American base in the Northern Territory? Does anybody know?
Pine Gap.
Yeah. Pine Gap. Yeah, so
Yeah.
Pine Gap is another supposed like underground tunnel system, right?
No, that's above ground, man. I think
No,
they've
no,
like
no,
got
no. What
they've
you can
got
see,
systems.
what you can see
what
is
you
above
can
ground.
see. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I'm
So
not- yeah.
I actually know. Should I say this? So I may or may not know somebody who worked out at Pine Gap
Yeah.
doing.
Are
doing-
you about to get someone lynched?
Yeah, I'm like that's what I was like trying to be. Yeah, like doing fencing. So he was employed as a private contractor for the military there to just put in fences, basically. And one of the things that he was talking about at the time was that there was clearly there was underground like stuff going on there. And that was like fucking 10 years ago or something that I heard about that. And I was
Oh,
like,
dude,
what?
like, yeah, the
I didn't even
whole
know what
Pine
Pine Gap was at the time.
They reckon there's a one of those shutter bays. Like there's been reports that there's a square hydraulic ram and stuff underneath. I'm pretty sure that's Pine Gap, and it's got an airfield there.
Yeah, they got an airfield there. But what's interesting is it's actually technically American land. So there's actually
we rent it to them, man.
No.
Or something like that. Like
so
there's
apparently,
a contract there. They've
But
only
from what
like
I've heard,
Australians.
It's like
It's
an
an
embassy.
Australian.
Yeah,
No,
that's right. Yeah.
It's like an embassy. The Americans have an embassy out there. So it isn't Australian land because it's an American embassy. So
Yeah, that's right.
if
So it's
you
not
were-
actually
Yeah,
Australian.
I knew that, but there's a
If
lot of
you were
Australian
to-
employees sort of deal.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
as soon as you cross that fence and go into it,
That's America, buddy.
you are
You're on American soil.
You're on American soil. Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly
in
that.
Australia. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what the guy that I was talking to was saying. Was that it was like this super weird thing because like there was a lot of like he had to get a lot of clearance and whatever around getting this job, which was basically like part of that was that like to reassure them that he understood that this is not Australia, the same rules don't apply basically to you being an Australian citizen when you come here.
Yeah, you're allowed to smoke weed here.
Yeah. We're down with that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With that, bro.
The other one I was talking about before was Kasputin Yar, and that's like Russia's Area 51. But it was like it sort of led the way with rocketry. It was like one of the big bases at the start for the Russian space program. But there's like so many stories that like essentially the way I read it, like it's almost like the Umbrella Corp. Like there's this huge underground base network with scientists. Like the whole village is just made of scientists and people that work at this base. Essentially, it's in the middle of like fucking nowhere. And they know about it and they label it as a rocketry test site. But yeah, apparently there's like proclamations that it's like Area 51 and Russia's Area 51, and like they've got alien tech and everything down in these fucking systems.
They're creating zombies.
Yeah,
Zombies.
it's the T virus.
Okay, sweet. Let's do a wrap up. Okay, so fantastic stories from fucking underground. Who wants to get going? Mr. Trent, I haven't heard you say a word the whole time. I feel like you've just literally been playing a game and then just looking up
I haven't been playing.
our topics whenever we bring up
Dude, that's
something
my new
interesting.
secret skill.
He's been
I just
jacking
come
it,
in
man.
and I drink whiskey and then look up what you're talking about.
Yeah, I feel like that's
Someone's got to proofread your shit.
yeah.
How have we been
true.
going? Have we been
Yeah.
proofed or
Yeah, have we been pretty accurate? Or?
Yeah.
Are you
Yeah,
just on the
I
Ancient
didn't
Alien
find-
website? Because if you are,
Oh,
I
dude,
feel
you
like
know
we
it.
should be going pretty good.
You know it.
So,
I did actually have one topic to talk about,
Oh, sweet.
but I'll
Oh,
make
yes,
it short
do
and
it.
sweet. It's not actually underground, but it is underwater.
Ooh.
So there's this place called Pavlo
It's still under
Petri,
something.
which is
yeah?
it is, which is off the coast of Greece, basically, and
Definitely not
it
about beef
is
farming.
underwater city that has been proven to be 5,000 years old. So, they
Okay,
reckon
sorry. Where is it?
it's off the coast of Greece. It's in a place called I'm not going to be able to pronounce this because it's Greece.
Can we do a
but
screen
Greece,
share so you
but
can show us?
Panopolis. Yeah, I can
Panopolis.
definitely do a screen share.
Monopoly.
I think that was pretty good.
That's where the Hawaiian pizza comes from.
Yeah, so
Definitely.
So
And they're like, oh, we got some ham and some pineapple.
the name of the
And then,
actual
like,
place.
before you came up for the idea of the Hawaiian pizza, I had an epiphany up in Italy.
So, is this like
Pavla
5,000
Pavla
years?
Pottery.
Is this
Oh
before?
no, it says Paula Petri.
Oh.
Paula Petri. Paula Petri.
Yeah, that's the name of the actual city that they've discovered.
Yeah, the pronunciation's right there.
Yeah, fucking. What did they say? That it's submerged under the water about 3 to 4 meters, and that the total area is about 9,000 square meters of city.
Yeah, right.
Um,
That's pretty big.
They reckon.
So, is this predating like
Yeah,
you know
what?
ancient Greece philosophers? This city?
It is. It does because a lot of the stuff that I was reading was
Well, it's
trying to
like
link it to
real-
Atlantis.
Yeah.
But
Okay. Yep.
Plato, who's the apparently
5,000 years
came up
old is
with
what
the
it says
idea
now.
Yeah.
of Atlantis. This was 2,000 years before he was born. So
Wow.
2,000 years. That's fucking long time.
Before he's born.
Like
Yeah, right.
they say, like that's the ocean movement that has
I've literally-
like, taken
I've-
over the place.
yeah, so what they reckon happened was that it was built on like a sandstone foundation, and they kept getting earthquakes, and basically the land just started to sink into the ocean.
Yeah.
And yeah, they reckon after 3 earthquakes it was uninhabitable. So yeah, they moved
So
on.
this could be like the orientation of Plato's, Atlantis.
Yeah.
Oh,
Why
yeah.
wouldn't it be?
Atlantis is like a whole podcast in itself for sure. There's some
So-
really good ones that I've read on that. Like there's a real sweet one in
But I've never heard this though. I've never heard this about it. I've
Yeah,
actually.
there's a little island there that looks like the Millennium Falcon.
It does.
Yeah, this.
Yeah, it
Look,
does.
if you look
Yeah,
at the
right
far,
there.
look, have a look. Hold on, go look at that photo there.
That's a fucking.
You can actually see Chewbacca right in the corner.
Oh, there he is. He's underwater.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Dude,
That
dude, this-
hairy cut.
Dude, this one, Trent. Dude, pyramids of Azores.
Hold on. Let Trent finish his fucking thing.
Whoa.
Yeah, that was my whole
Sorry,
deal.
bro.
So it was this sweet underground, underwater city that predates the legend of Atlantis, I suppose you could say.
Yeah, by
Wow.
2,000 years, right?
Yeah, by
You'd
2,000
be pretty
years.
annoyed about
2000.
like paying premium for waterfront land in that joint.
Yeah.
And then, like, it's just the first to go. You're just instantly like back in the slums or something.
Well, isn't that
Yeah,
going to
I reckon-
happen to people who live like right on the coast? Isn't our water going to rise and all those
Yeah,
cunts
yeah.
living right on?
So that-
Oh,
right
if
on the
you
coast?
believe in
It's
that
happening now, man.
conspiracy of climate
Well,
change,
Trent,
man, but
you
everyone
should-
knows that's
Yeah.
false. Bro. Don't worry about it.
Go
Wait,
pyramid of
on the
Azores.
climate
It's
on the
not
climate
like-
change thing, the only thing that I thought was really interesting about the one that I was looking at tonight about it being under ice or
Pyramid of
whatever.
what?
Yeah.
So they were like super concerned that once climate change hits, it's gonna like get exposed. But it was built 9 meters underground, and at the moment it's like 50 to 70 meters underground.
What's underground?
So the one that I was talking about, the under the ice.
The Iceman
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
It's the ice
ice
mushroom.
worm.
So
ice worm.
they built it
Oh
9 meters.
my god!
They built it 9 meters under the
Did
ice.
they find an ancient fucking ice beet farmer?
No,
that what they found?
It was a worm. Yes, it
Did
But,
was.
like,
they
it's
find a
weird.
dude
Yeah.
holding
It's
a
weird,
worm
though.
in his hand?
It's weird though, right? That global warming's happening, and that they built it 9 meters under the ice, and now it's 50 to 70 meters under the ice. Seems like that's a
Yeah.
lot more ice.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Yep.
I
Yep,
have no opinion on it.
Yeah. Oh, sure.
I have zero opinion, dude. I have no opinions about anything.
No, they just left the heater on.
Yeah, just
It's just slowly swinging in circles and just dropping the bass lower and lower.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so wrap up then.
Hell yeah.
Alrighty.
Oh no! Oh, one mention. Have a look at Pyramid of Azores. Just
How do you
quickly.
spell? How do you spell
Azores.
Trent?
AZORES.
Trent's on it. He's all over it.
Man, you want to talk
Trent,
about
pull it.
Atlantis? Just have a quick pop at this without going too
AZ
far
what?
in it.
Azores.
AZU.
AZORES.
Azores.
It's
Yeah, right.
I feel like
So
that's
this
gonna
one-
be in America.
This one's like no, essentially it's in the middle of the Antarctic fucking ocean, man, or whatever the Atlantic. What's the one between
that's
America
fake.
and
That's fake as
Portugal,
fuck.
bro?
It's like CGI. For sure looks
Dude,
like
it's
CGI.
real.
No.
No, I
But-
don't think so.
Not
No,
that.
Not that,
That's not. But
Mhm.
the
Yeah,
that's
okay. So
clearly-
the title of this article is "A Portuguese Sailor Claims to Have Seen This." And it's like, man,
No one trusts
everybody
the
knows the
Portuguese.
Portuguese sailors are always
Never
drunk.
trust the Portuguese sailor.
Even the
Dude,
pirates.
there's
didn't
there's
trust
better
Portuguese.
better ones of that. Like the top left. That's it there.
No, dude. None of these are real photos, man.
Like this.
The actual top left.
This is
Go
what
right
you're
up the
talking
top.
Right at the top.
The
It's
first
it's hard
photo.
for me to tell because my internet's lagging, man.
Left.
That none
blue
of these
one.
are none of these are real photos, Calan.
No.
It was
The
right
blue
up
So-
there. Well, there's one right there, that Reddit one.
That one there's
underwater
the one in
pyramid.
Japan, man.
Oh, must be real. It's on Reddit.
Yeah. Martin, don't you dare question Reddit. Gee,
Oh, shit. Sorry.
everyone knows it.
Reddit is God. They
Oh,
and if you
okay.
fucking question God,
Question Reddit. Oh, question God. That's right.
you're a blasphemer.
Yeah.
Hey, Biggie,
I
play
think
us
I've
a
got that
song
one
about
wrong, man.
beetroot.
It's that whole charity of the gods they talk about. It's in like Spain,
Hey, Bemis!
Spain, Portugal.
Song about beetroot.
Woo!
Specifically, beetroot farmer. And the hardships a beetroot farmer has to go through.
And beetroot farmer's wife.
No, ignore that. That's bullshit.
She's the main farmer, dude. Everyone-
Beetroot farmer also
you
have like
yourself love
a
the
vendetta against
fucking
turnip
beet
farmers
farmer's
killing
wife.
parents.
Take it away, Biggie. Take it away.
When you've got a crop, you need to look away. There's one place you ought to take your beetroot down. Plant it underground, and you must plant it well. Plant your beetroot underground. Well, there's plenty of space down there over in Turkey. Underground. Plant your beetroot down underground. Plant your beetroots underground.
Alrighty, let's wrap this up.
Oh,
So let's get started.
beautiful.
Seth,
Just
Seth, what do you
beautiful.
think about the underground phenomenon of bases? Are there lizard people? Is it alien bases? Did Martin just pull the filter out of his cigarette and then Kenny put it back in?
Pinch it.
That's the real
pinch
challenge.
it. Pinch it
You got to
before
do the
put it back
pinch
in.
before.
Oh, bro, that's
Oh,
so
no.
annoying.
Oh, on camera, right in front, too.
I remember
you can
my
do it.
first song.
Hey!
Hey, there it is.
All right, give us your rundown. Whatever your favorites were, let's hear your opinions. Seth.
Well, yeah, like as I said, obviously I really like the I found the one that I brought up there with the long U one pretty goddamn interesting and everything, but we didn't really touch on too much of the whole the aliens and everything, because as I said, it was a pretty hard topic to research much about. Of course, like you're going
Are
to
you
find a lot of
using
these
Google,
places
bro?
are still hidden, and therefore we just simply don't know about it because we haven't fucking found them yet. And I suppose that makes the hardest thing about it all. But yeah, no, I found that it was pretty interesting. Some of them, yeah.
Yeah, 100%, man.
Go on.
But it'd be interesting, as you said, with all the topography and everything that they're doing as well, just to see what does like start to turn up, and like the recent, the coming years and everything like that, because you never know what they're going to find. Massive fucking. You've seen what they've built now, and we're only scratching the surface of it,
Yeah, for sure.
I think that 100%, man. Like the whole thing I enjoyed about like looking it up was the holes that we have in human history. Like we really only know what we know, and we're discovering a lot more. So we're actually like the story has always been written by the victor. You know what I mean?
How much of it's buried truth?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I loved it.
But Victor's a good guy.
Russian.
And he needs 2 spoon engines by Saturday night.
For his beetroot farm.
Nobody with the Fast and Furious reference. Okay, all right.
Yeah, I heard you.
Yeah, okay. So Trent, yeah. I'm glad somebody got it.
You just feel like pumping motor oil into his mouth later on.
Yeah. All righty, Trent, what do you reckon?
I think it's a pretty interesting topic, man, but I don't think it's any aliens or anything. As much as I would like to believe that there's some sweet aliens out there, I don't think they're building underground bases.
Cool. Mickey?
I think that ancient people had like a bunch of time on their hands and they just wanted to get out of the sun because it was so hot all the time, especially in
Some
Turkey
shade.
and shit.
Totally.
Yeah, man. So they dig underground and problem solve,
Yeah, so I
you
suppose
call
like
them the shady bunch.
Oh,
Very shady.
Some shady guys. Yeah, so I think like definitely like it's a super interesting thing when you start to get into like the Younger Dryas impact and the like how old some of these tunnel systems are, and like getting into even what Trent was talking about with like the underwater fucking civilization. It's like that shit's fucking super interesting, and the idea that there was something that caused such a giant shift that a entire city could end up underwater. It's like, is that same giant shift also cause those same people to move underground? I think that's a fucking super interesting question. But other than that,
all lines up not too bad.
yeah, right?
Yeah. Seems to all line up pretty good.
Yeah, but again,
but that could totally be like dating. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it also like all the dating on that kind of stuff is like super strange because you can only date organic matter. You can't date rocks.
That's right.
So the problem becomes is that like in these areas, it's like the organic matter is like so destroyed that they can't date it. So then we just have to look at it and go from the last date that we can possibly date it, it's at least this many years old.
Yeah, that's right. It could be fucking.
They also do it like just by the tools that carve these places.
Yeah.
You've got to presume. And that's what the interesting bit is, but yeah. I did enjoy the whole youngest, driest sort of concept and the whole tie-in with Atlantis. I want to clear it up too.
Atlantis, I was not
Pyramid of Zeus, it's Pyramid of Gumad.
Yeah, I saw you said that too. All right, Biggie, what do you reckon?
Yeah, man, it's pretty like interesting, and like the aliens thing, it's like it's pretty far-fetched, and like it's just interesting. Like Mick said, there was a bunch of guys that all wanted to get out of the sun. But like, what was keeping them there other than the fact that they were building something to get out of the sun into? Like, why didn't they keep moving through that area to find somewhere shady to
with
like,
trees
or something?
Yeah, but I mean, also, like, how long would it take you to build? That giant.
Man, they had the
like,
time on their hand though. They didn't have consoles.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just gonna dig a hole.
yeah. What do you do when you're bored and you don't have any games to play?
You dig fucking holes, my friend.
Yeah, absolutely. Couldn't agree more.
Alrighty, cool. So I think
Marty.
Oh,
what's
Marty.
your,
We did Marty. Did we?
Yeah.
Did we miss out on
Yeah.
Marty? Oh, it's because you moved in the screen order somehow. Because you turned yourself off and you came back blue. So blue Marty,
No.
let's go.
Purple. I'm changing the color of the light.
You look like a beetroot.
Road
See what
Dog
you
You
has,
do look like a bit. You look like an unripened
Oh!
beetroot.
wait. Did you say beetroot?
Alright.
I think this all lies in ancient beetroot farmers. You know,
Somebody had to say it.
Art farmers. You know, like contributing to, let's say, global warming. Like, hasn't this happened before, thousands of years ago?
Yeah.
You know,
So what, like over
maybe it was
over
the
beetualization?
Yeah,
The
maybe
beetroot
the beet farmers were
Yeah.
growing way
It's
too
big
many
beetroot.
beets, and
Yeah.
they fucked up the ozone, and that's why
Their beet
places
production.
their beet production was amazing.
The methane.
years ago.
Classic
Like
beetroot, though, eh?
absolutely
Classic big beetroot.
amazing, and it fucked up the ozone and raised the sea level. And this, Atlantis City they were just beet farmers, but they were just
That was the central hub of beet farming.
they were way too proficient in beet farming.
Had too many beats on it and it sunk the whole island.
Way too
Yeah.
way too many beets. They could not ship enough beets off of their land, and the
Weighed it
weight
down. Yeah.
weight of the beets sunk it. Ocean rised up, and they died because they're just simple beet farmers.
They're not shipbuilders. They're beet
No,
farmers.
they're beet farmers.
They're
that
fucking
control
They
the
didn't build
land.
any
They
trenches or anything
they
like
had
that.
no idea what was going on. The water was rising up, and they just sat there with their beets and just drowned. And then in history, no one knows what happened because there were beets. They were beet farmers and fools.
They did momentarily learn how to grow beets in really wet soil, though. You know, there was a bit of innovation there. that happened for a
Underwater.
while.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It wasn't
Yeah.
hunter-gatherers.
Yeah, no.
That's how
no,
good they
no.
were as beet farmers.
Yeah.
That's how
Yeah.
good they were. But yeah.
Some say those beets are still growing to today.
Yeah, some do say yes.
Would
I
you
wanna
say
get-
those? Would
I
you
wanna
say
get me
those
some of
beets
those
are still
heirloom
dropping?
Those beets
Those
are
beets.
are the rarest
Hell yeah,
beets
they are.
in the world. The rarest beets. If you could get
That's a
yourself a
fucking
beet,
Right, anyway, I gotta go.
Salty preserved beets. That's like a pickling technique, right?
yeah,
Pickled beets.
yeah,
Pickled
but
in water. Wait, can you give us a pickled beets play out song?
yes, please.
You get some beets out of the ground.
Yeah.
Mix them all around. And then you put them in the pickle and juice its loose. Put them in the pickle and juice. You pickle them up for a little while. They mix some vinegar and some
Damn,
other stuff. And put your beetroot in the jar. Leave it for a while and hey, what's up? You got some pickled beetroot. It's delicious and soft. Pickled
Is it soft?
beetroot. Delicious and soft. But a little bit crunchy. Pickled just right. It's delicious. It's pickled beets.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Well done, sirs.
Well, good night, my poorly gentlemen.